I never want to see you in my house again. Do you understand me? And break up with my brother and leave him alone forever. Got it? Now, wait just a second. You just can't pour hot coffee all over someone and then talk to them as if they're the problem. What did you just say to me, you miserable cow? I only came over here to tell you that Nathan and we're getting married. I have no idea what I did to you to deserve this type of treatment, which I think is horrible, by the way. And how can you treat someone like this? It doesn't make any sense. You really think I'm gonna let some old divorced woman marry my older brother? Oh, you must be dreaming. Think of that hot coffee as my way of trying to wake you up from this horrible little fantasy you're trying to live. You have got to be kidding me, right? Is that all that you have to say for yourself? Nathan probably doesn't even realize just how close he came to having his life completely ruined by you. But I'm a good sister, and I saved him from throwing away everything just for you. If you couldn't make your first marriage work, I have no idea why you're even bothering to try again. You would just drag Nathan down to your level if you two got married. Is that really what this is all about? You did what you did all because I was married before? I can't believe it. Nathan and I come over here because we wanted to share our good news, and instead you turn around and treat me like this? What kind of person doesn't think that someone should ever get married again just because they were divorced in the past? It makes perfect sense to me and anyone else with a brain and eyes that could clearly see. Of course, someone like you is probably just incapable of seeing just how much this marriage would ruin his life. Then again, maybe you just don't care and you're only out for yourself. But that's all the more reason to protect my brother from an evil woman like you. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's had thoughts like this like you do, Erica. Well then, I guess that means I'm the only one standing in the way of my brother throwing his future prospects away for someone as lame as you. I mean, you already promised to love someone till death do you part, and I don't think either of you or your ex-husband are dead yet. So why should anyone ever trust anything you have to say about love or marriage? Or maybe it wasn't your personality. Maybe your husband left you because you are barren and can't have children. But that's just another good reason to keep you as far away from my brother as possible. Can you please just stop making all these assumptions about my life? I'll have you know that my last divorce wasn't my husband's decision, it was mine. Oh, really? So you left him and not the other way around? That's right. My ex-husband was a drunk who drowned himself in a bottle every night. And he wasn't afraid to get violent with me either. Not only that, but he was always stealing money from me and ended up running away with a younger woman. Oh, wow. Well, that guy sounds like a real piece of work if you ask me. He's complete trash. On that we can agree. So maybe you can understand why I felt like I had no other choice but to get out of that situation. I really did try to make things work out with my last husband, but nothing I tried seemed to get through to him. The divorce really was my last resort to deal with the situation. Alright then, I guess I understand why you and this guy split up. But it doesn't change the fact that you're still just a dumb woman who isn't good enough for my brother. And what makes you say that? Well, because you were stupid enough to marry such a complete piece of trash in the first place, of course. If you knew this guy was such a terrible person, but you still married him, then that just shows what a complete and total idiot you really are. I don't think you understand. Before we got married, he really was a kind and sweet man to me. But it was only after we said our vows that he changed into this horrible monster. I had no idea that he was hiding his true self behind a mask that he was waiting to take off after our marriage. Oh, there you go, pretending like none of this is your fault when you admitted that you were stupid enough to let yourself be tricked by this person. If you didn't do enough research into who you were marrying before doing it, then that is still on you. And all of this goes back to serve my original point that you are not good enough to marry my brother. Are you kidding me? Do you really think that life is that simple? Besides, I don't think Nathan is enough of a jerk to be your type. Maybe you should find someone more up to your level, Clearly, you're not responsible enough to understand marriage. I mean, you only realized the mistake you made after you made it. A smarter person would have never gotten married in the first place. You don't know what you're talking about at all. I really had no idea that my ex-husband was that kind of man before we got married. I never even saw him drink a drop of alcohol while we were dating. Oh, just shut up already, will you? You're only dragging your own grave, you know. All I've gathered from this conversation is that you're a stupid, irresponsible, reckless woman. You need to take responsibility for your actions and quit trying to blame others for your lack of judgment. Oh my God, you can't be serious, right? You really can't see things from my perspective at all. I don't, because there's nothing to see except you're not good enough for Nathan. Just the thought of being your sister-in-law with a complete idiot like you is enough to send my blood pressure up. You are never going to be good enough to marry anyone ever again. Got it? Little brat, one of these days someone is going to put you in your place. Do you know that? See, you even talk like an old maid. All you've done this whole time is prove my point time and time again. You're not even giving good arguments anymore. I am so glad that I put an end to you and my brother before this whole thing got way out of hand. I don't have time for this nonsense anymore. Goodbye, Erica.
Becca, are you there? I just left my parents' place and I was wondering if I could come over to yours. I want you to forget all about whatever my sister thinks. You and I are getting married.
Do you really want to talk about your engagement with me right now, Nathan?
I do. But first, I just want to say how sorry I am for how Erica has acted towards you today. I've seen anyone do what she did to you and it was absolutely unacceptable. I mean, who pours coffee on someone else like that?
Thank you, but you shouldn't be the one apologizing for that, Nathan. Do you really still want to get married in spite of all the trouble that I might cause you and your family?
I brought you over to meet my family today because I thought they would be happy for me, for us. But after you left the house, no matter how hard I tried to convince Erica that you were the woman for me, she couldn't get over the fact that you were married before. She kept saying all these terrible things about how marrying you was going to be the start of the end of my life. I got so fed up hearing her talk about you that way that I finally left the house.
She really said all that about me to you.
She did, and I couldn't believe it. I had never heard her talk that way about anyone before then. But it also makes me realize that we don't have to care about what she thinks. This is our lives, and we should live them how we want.
Oh, Nathan, I'm so happy to hear you say that to me. But you do know that if we go through with this, your sister will probably never talk to you again. Are you okay with that?
If she's going to be acting this way, then I don't want anything to do with her in the first place. I don't know what happened to make her change, but she isn't the person that I used to know anymore. I was getting fed up with attitude already, so this was just a good chance to make a clean break from all her nonsense.
You really mean that? That you were already thinking of cutting her off?
You know, Erica has always been a pretty prideful girl, even when she was little. She would look down on the less popular kids and judge them for petty things. I remember one time, she had a girl in her friend group who said that she wasn't going to college and was going to start working instead. And Erica just kept bullying that girl and calling her poor and stuff. But I never saw her actually physically take action to bully someone like she did to you today. And that's when I knew she really had changed too much.
Wow, I can't believe she said such horrible things to that girl.
She really did. And there was another time where she had a friend who was a single mother, and Erica told her that children without both parents aren't even worth having. She just says the first cruel thing that comes to her mind and never thinks about how it might affect the person she's talking to.
Well, everyone and everything, it sounds like. And to say those kind of things to people actually going through stuff like that, that is just awful.
Well, Erica thinks she's never made any mistakes in all her life, so she thinks she gets to judge those who she thinks have. Basically, she just asserts that she's right and everyone else is wrong, unless she says otherwise.
How can someone even live like that? How has no one ever stood up to her and told her just to mind her own business?
It's a mystery to me as well. But I refuse to let Erica be the reason why I don't marry the woman of my dreams. So please, do you mind if I come over so we can talk more about this in person? I want to plan a date that we can go to court and get married, and then we can look at places to move in together.
It's been a while since we last spoke, but I just wanted to do my due diligence and make sure that you and my brother finally split up. Actually, on the contrary, we've moved in together. And this weekend, we're going to the courthouse to have our civil ceremony and get married. Hold on a second, what? So you two haven't broken up at all? Oh, you're going to get married instead? I can't believe this. How dare you just go and do this after what I said you should do? Erica, can you please just tell me what is this really about that you don't like? Why is it that you don't want Nathan and I to get married so badly? It's because I hate you and you're not good enough for him. I already told you that a divorced woman can never ever be trusted again to be married. You're just going to run away and hurt my brother the moment things get a little difficult for you. Well, I'm not going to let you blow up my brother's life like you did with your last marriage. You really do see things through your own biases, don't you? I'm not biased at all. I'm just honest about what I see, and people don't like to hear the truth. I mean, even after I told you about how I was tricked about who my last husband really was, and that after he changed, I had to just leave him for my own sake, and you still managed to put the blame on me. You made it sound like I was taking the easy way out, even though I told you that divorce was the last thing that I wanted to do. Well, that's because all you said in that whole sob story of yours was it was tough, so I gave up. Do you really think I believe that your husband suddenly changed personalities after you got married? That sounds like an excuse, and a failure at that. And if that's how lightly you take marriage, then clearly you weren't good enough for my brother to stick it out through thick and thin. It was your job to find out about the person you got married to before you married them. What's that term, red flags? You didn't see any of them? Erica, I really think you're making a huge mistake. I don't make mistakes. In fact, I'm also engaged to be married, and unlike you, I know exactly the kind of person that I'm getting with. That's why I agreed to get married to him. Wait a second, you're engaged to be married too? But not even Nathan knew anything about that. Well, he wouldn't know anything since I've been keeping it a secret from the family this whole time. But soon, I'm going to be introducing him to the family, and they'll see just what an amazing man he is. Although, I suppose since the cat is out of the bag, I can tell you that he graduated from Harvard, and he works at a huge investing firm. His name is Charlie, and he's amazing. Oh, and he's all mine. So, your fiance's name is Charlie? That's right. He's just a few years older than me, but all that means is that he has more life experience. He's so amazing, and I'm not ashamed to be seen with him at all. We're actually the perfect match for each other. So, this Charlie guy is a bit older than you. Do you mind if I ask exactly how much older he is than you? Actually, it's funny that you ask because Charlie is the same age as you, so he's about 7 years older than me. Wait, what? Are you serious? That's right. He went to a great school, has a great job, and is a good age. Basically, he's the perfect catch. I should know. I've spent time learning about the kind of person he is, and I know that I'm not wrong about how I feel towards him. I'm not gonna make the same mistakes that an idiot like you did when you got married. So you just dived right into your marriage without even thinking about any of the consequences, and all it got you was a divorce. You know, I think your Charlie might actually be my ex-husband, Charlie. Harvard, the job and finance, his age, it all matches exactly with the man I used to be married to. I'm afraid that you might, in fact, be marrying someone who has also been a divorcee. Hold on, wait a second. What? I know. I'm just as shocked as you are to be hearing all of this. The world really is a small place, isn't it? Is that supposed to be some kind of a joke or something? There is no way that the man I'm engaged to marry ever had anything to do with you. Because if that was really true, then that would mean that I'm about to marry a horrible person. But there's no way that he was married before or even got divorced. Well, all I'm saying is that everything you told me about this man so far has matched up exactly to the man I used to be married to. My ex-husband, Charlie, also went to Harvard, and he also works in finance. And his name is also Charlie, like your fiancé. But that just happens to be all a coincidence. I mean, I've never even seen Charlie drink, okay? And he's never mentioned anything about being married to you or anyone before. Sounds like the same thing he did to me. I never saw him touch a glass before we got married. It was only after he did that he showed me who he really was. But I think you'll find out pretty quickly that he does all of his drinking while you're away, and he only pretends to abstain when he's around you. Oh, you are full of it. This can't be right. And have you actually ever asked him before if he's ever been married? Because I feel like that's something a lot of people don't bring up, especially if they don't see it's necessary. You might want to look into that, though. This is really bad, though. I mean, we're already engaged. How can we get married if he's hiding so much about me that I don't even know? This can't be right. He would never do something like this to me. I know how you feel. I thought the same exact thing before when I got married to him. But he's hiding his true self from you. And once you two get married, you can look forward to him just downing bottle after bottle, night after night. And I don't want to make any formal accusations, but I'm just telling you that it's really worth looking into before you get married, okay? No. You can't be right about this. My Charlie would never lie to me about who he is. I mean, he is my fiancé, for crying out loud. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot that you have the ability to know exactly who someone is and isn't. What is that supposed to mean? I'm only repeating what you said. You told me that you would never get married until you were 100% sure that you knew what kind of person they were. So I guess that means you must have done all of your homework on this person and that you know exactly who you're marrying. I mean, you wouldn't just get married to someone without knowing anything about them, right? Well, of course not. Well then, don't worry about it. I'm sure that things are going to be just fine. After all, if they aren't, then that means you've been wrong about yourself this whole time, wouldn't it? I don't think I'm wrong. It never hurts to double check. Oh, no. I really hope that I didn't shake your confidence in your fiancé. After all, you aren't some old hag like me. You're a bright, clever young lady, aren't you? So I'm sure that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into with this guy. I mean, even if I was right, and it is my ex-husband Charlie, and he does change after you two get married, at least you've already been prepared for that, right? Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I just mean that you'll take responsibility for your marriage and won't run away like I did, right? Even when he's drunk and hitting you, you'll still be there by his side, right? You don't really think that will happen to me, do you? Oh no, what have I done? I can't marry someone like that. Becca, you gotta help me. You were right. My fiance was your ex-husband, Charlie. I asked him if he'd ever been married before, and he refused to answer until I pressed him about it, and then he told me the truth. He really is the same abusive alcoholic that you used to be with. Oh, so you did end up going to double check about who he was. Huh, and here I thought that you knew all about this guy before you got engaged to him. Oh, shut up! This isn't a joke, you know. And what am I supposed to do about this now? Please, you have to help me. What do I need to do to help you with? Did something happen? He was going to do the same thing he did to you, to me. He hid part of his life that he wasn't going to tell me about at all until after we got married, okay? When he finally came clean about who he was, he went straight to the kitchen, opened a bottle of wine, and chugged the whole thing right before my eyes. That does sound like Charlie. Yeah. He changed right before my eyes. I couldn't believe it all. He got so angry that he told me I wasn't allowed to leave. That also sounds very much like Charlie. He is just the worst when he gets any alcohol in his system. I told you that's the reason why I left him in the first place. But he told me that he really wanted to get back together with you. Except that he didn't know how to get a hold of you after you left him. And so he finally gave up and looked for another woman. And he said he wanted one with a good job who was young, just like me. And now we're engaged to get married. He really is just a terrible, awful person. And to think that he showed his true colors before the wedding. I remember seeing him drink like that the first time. He shouted and yelled at me the whole first night of our marriage. Please, you have to do something to help me. I ran away and locked myself in the bathroom. I can't spend the rest of my life with a guy like this. I can't leave the house, though. He blocked the door, and I have no other option but to hide in here. Please, you have to come and help me. I don't care if you and my brother get married. Just come and save me.
Well, first of all, sis, Becca and I are already married, and we never needed your permission to do so.
Little sister? Is this Nathan? Did you two really already get married? I thought you weren't going to do that until this weekend.
That was the plan, but then I was told I was going to have a business trip this weekend, so we moved the appointment up. It was all an easy process, and now Becca and I are married.
Well, congratulations. Now, are you going to come and help me or not?
I don't know. You said that you'd let Becca and I get married if we did, but we're already married, so what else do you got?
What do you mean, what else do I have? I'm your sister, and I'm in trouble. Isn't that enough?
But I thought you knew exactly the kind of person that you were going to get engaged to. No? If you like this guy so well, you can get yourself out of this jam, right?
Wait, no, please. You aren't really just gonna abandon me like this, are you? You're not going to leave your little sister with a mean drunk like this, are you?
It's not that I don't feel bad for you. I just really don't feel like I need to do much either. You got yourself into this mess, so you can get yourself out. Becca explained very well to you about the kind of man that her ex was, but you just didn't listen, and look where that landed you.
You're right. I should have listened. I should have never made fun of Becca for being divorced. I never thought it would lead to this, though. I was just trying to protect you, Nathan.
So you think that I should thank you for all that you put my wife through? Because I don't ever remember asking you to do that for me.
Please, I'm sorry for everything. Just help me out here, please.
I've called the cops and they should be on their way. But I never want you to talk to me or my wife ever again.
It wasn't long after that call that the police finally came and was able to get Erica that was trapped in the bathroom. It goes without saying that Erica and Charlie promptly broke off their engagement. I heard through the grapevine, however, that all of Erica's friends are now teasing her for having horrible taste in men, as well as not knowing what she got herself into. Of course, this was also just a way of getting back at her for all the times Erica would make fun of her friends for making poor choices with their ex-boyfriends or current partners. As for Nathan and I, we had a small wedding ceremony with some friends and family, and now living together, happily married.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, big sis! So, how's that solo honeymoon treating you? I mean, is it peaceful? So searching? Or are you just sitting in a resort somewhere binging room service and pretending you're not completely miserable?
I really don't know what you're trying to get out of this. You reaching out like this, it's weird and unnecessary.
Wow, okay. That's kinda cold, don't you think? I was just being nice, checking in. God forbid I try to be friendly with my sister for once.
Cindy, I told you not to contact me again. I wasn't being vague about it. I made it very clear after everything that happened. I don't know what part of "we're done" didn't quite register with you.
Oh, come on, Leah. That whole cutting me off thing was like, what, 2 years ago now? You're married. I was married. Now I'm not. We've clearly both moved on, right? Can't we just admit that we're living totally separate lives now and leave all the drama in the past?
Just because time has passed doesn't mean I've forgotten what you did. You didn't just date someone I liked, Cindy. You took the man I was engaged to right before my wedding. That doesn't just fade with time.
Okay, yeah, I get it. You're still upset. But honestly, holding on to all that bitterness, it's not a good look. Like, seriously, it's gonna age you faster than stress wrinkles. You should think about that, for real.
If your goal here is to annoy me, congratulations. Mission accomplished.
Look, all I'm saying is things happened. You married someone else, I married the guy you were supposed to marry, and we both kind of went our separate ways. We each got a slice of the happy ending pie. It's not like either of us lost out.
I'm not interested in comparing lives with you. I don't need closure or updates or whatever this is. I'm fine. I don't need to revisit any of it.
Okay, but here's the twist. I'm actually not married anymore. Yep, surprise. Got divorced. Officially, legally, emotionally, all of it.
You divorced him? Wait, what?
Sure did. Signed, sealed, delivered. Done. And now I'm living free, baby. No boring dinner conversations, no diaper explosions, no snooty mom circles. I'm just doing whatever I want, whenever I want. Feels amazing.
I'm honestly kind of shocked. I thought you two were living that picture-perfect life. You had a kid, a house, all of it.
Oh, we had all that for like 5 minutes, but then the cracks started showing. No friends, no support system, no one dropping by with casseroles or cute onesies. It was like I hit fast forward on my own social funeral.
That's oddly specific.
I mean, do you have any idea how fast people turn on you when they realize you're the kind of girl who steals her sister's fiancé? Even PTA moms aren't that forgiving. They iced me out so hard I could have opened my own freezer aisle.
So you blamed a failed marriage on not being popular enough?
It was a lot of things, okay? But yeah, the whole suburban wife fantasy kinda went up in flames. And after the divorce, I figured I'd crash at mom's for a bit. You know, reset, regroup.
Let me guess, that's where this little reconnection attempt started.
Ding, ding, ding. I saw your number in her contacts and thought, wonder how the newlyweds are doing. So I reached out. And while I was at it, I figured I'd message your husband too.
You're not serious. Please tell me you're not serious.
Oh, I'm totally serious. It was just a curiosity thing at first. I mean, it's not like I planned it. I just thought, hey, let's see what kind of guy Leah married. And he's interesting.
Cindy, please tell me you didn't go behind my back and start messaging my husband.
Not behind your back if I'm telling you now, right? And relax, it was just chatting. Nothing scandalous. Unless you count a few flirty emojis.
You are absolutely unbelievable.
He replied, didn't he? And it wasn't just a one-time thing. We got into this rhythm. Late night talks, random memes, deep convos about life and stuff. Honestly, it felt kinda nice. Like I haven't laughed like that in ages.
You're telling me this like you think I'm supposed to find it amusing.
Well, you're the one on a honeymoon without a husband, right? So, maybe a little company is a good thing, even if it's me, or him, or both.
Cindy, I don't care what your intentions were. You don't get to insert yourself into my marriage just because yours fell apart. Whatever you think you're doing, you need to stop.
All right. Message received. Jeez, you don't have to snap. You used to be a lot more fun.
And you used to have boundaries. At least pretend you still remember what those are.
Wow, harsh. But I guess that's what happens when people grow apart, huh? 1 minute you're planning weddings, the next you're ghosting each other over brunch.
The only thing I need you to understand is this. I meant it the first time and I still mean it now. Don't contact me again. Not in a week, not in a year, not when you're bored or lonely. Just don't.
Okay, I get it. No need to make it dramatic. But hey, if you ever change your mind, you know where to find me.
Goodbye, Cindy.
Later, sis. And, tell your husband I said hi for me.
Hey, this might feel kinda random, but I just wanted to say congratulations. I heard from someone that you got married recently. They said your husband seems like a really solid guy.
Keith? Wow, okay. That's definitely not the message I was expecting to see today. I honestly thought we were done hearing from each other for good.
Yeah, I figured you'd be surprised. I wasn't sure if I should say anything, but I don't know, I guess I felt like I should. Like maybe it's the least I could do to at least say something decent after everything.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I did get married. We're actually still on our honeymoon right now.
Really? That's awesome. I hope it's been good. Peaceful, you know? You deserve that. Anyway, I also figured you might have already heard about me and Cindy. We're divorced now.
Yeah, I heard that too, not that long ago. I wasn't sure if it was true or just gossip, but I can't say I was shocked.
No, you wouldn't be. You always saw it clearer than I did. I don't know, Leah. Back then, I thought I was making some big, passionate decision, like I was following my heart or whatever. It all felt so dramatic and meaningful at the time. But once we got married, it was like nothing changed. She was still out constantly, hanging around with whoever, wherever. Even after the baby came, she barely looked back. I was the one waking up at night, making bottles, dealing with diapers, everything. She just floated around like nothing had changed.
That must have been a lot to carry. And honestly, I'm not saying this in a spiteful way, but I'm glad you finally see it now. You weren't the only one who got hurt back then, but it's good to hear you're trying to do right by your kid.
Yeah, I'm trying, really. It's been rough, not gonna lie. I've got no backup, no one to lean on, but this time I'm actually owning it. No more pretending, no more excuses. Just me and him figuring it out.
That's what matters now. What's done is done. You've got a chance to be a good father, and that's where your energy should go, as far as the past goes. I've moved on. I mean, really moved on.
That's good. Honestly, that's what I wanted to hear. I know I can't undo anything, but I do hope you're happy now. That's the real reason I reached out.
I am. It's a different kind of life now, and honestly, I didn't think I'd get here, but it's good. He's kind. He listens. I don't feel like I have to shrink myself down to keep the peace anymore.
That's huge! Seriously, I'm really glad to hear that.
Thanks.
Okay, well, I won't hold you up any longer. Enjoy your honeymoon.
Hey, before you go, can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Has Cindy tried contacting you again recently?
Me? No. Last time we spoke was when the divorce paperwork got finalized. We blocked each other after that, and as far as I know, she's stayed gone. Why? Did something happen?
Yeah, she just texted me a few hours ago. I blocked her old number, but I guess she got a new one. And not just me, she says she's been messaging my husband too.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
I guess some people never change, huh? Yeah, it seems that she wasn't satisfied with just taking you from me. Now she wants my husband too.
Wow! I mean, I shouldn't be shocked, but that's seriously messed up. I didn't think she'd take it that far.
She's such a stark contrast with you too. You genuinely seem to have learned from your mistakes and are working your hardest to support your child. I didn't think you guys were in touch, but if you knew something, anything that might explain this, I'd really appreciate you letting me know.
So, does this mean that she's actually, going out with your husband right now?
No, that's just the thing. She and my husband have never even met, and yet she wants me to believe they're texting each other every day? I'm far more confused than I am angry, honestly.
Wait a second. Oh no! I think I know what's going on, and it's all my fault!
Go ahead and tell me all about it.
Dang it, I would, but the baby just started crying his head off, like full meltdown mode.
Go take care of him. It's fine.
Thanks. I'll message you again later once he's down.
All right. Talk soon.
So, tell me something. How's that lonely little honeymoon of yours going? Because I gotta say, a romantic getaway without the romance sounds more like a sad solo trip to me. What are you even doing? Just sipping overpriced cocktails alone and pretending not to notice the empty seat across from you?
Andy, what exactly is the point of this? If you're bored, find someone else to bother.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. I'm just being honest. I mean, your husband has been texting me practically the entire time you've been on this farce of a honeymoon. Like literally all day, every day. You seriously haven't noticed? Because if I were you, I'd be asking myself why my brand new husband was spending so much time on another woman.
Except he's not spending time with you. He's completely focused on me right now. So maybe try stepping out of whatever fantasy world you've built for yourself.
How clueless can you be? Like, seriously, this is just sad. Your precious husband? Yeah, he's already checked out. You're just delaying the inevitable.
You really think this is some kind of competition, don't you?
Competition? Sweetie, there is no competition between you and me. This game was over before it started. You just haven't caught up yet. This isn't your honeymoon anymore, Leah. It's mine.
Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean?
I mean that I am going to spend the rest of your honeymoon with your husband, and you are gonna go home and cry all by yourself. And I'm not asking permission.
You have completely lost your grip on reality. Did you think I would actually willingly go along with that psychotic plan?
It doesn't matter if you go along with it or not. It's happening. And do you want to know why I'm so sure of that? Your husband sent me a plane ticket. Round trip to Hawaii, baby.
Excuse me?
And you know what else? I'm already at the airport. Now, all I need to do is hop on the plane that your husband reserved for me, and I'll be on my way to paradise. Then I'll kick you out of the hotel room, and me and your husband can finally have the alone time we've been waiting for.
Have you ever considered becoming a screenwriter for a bad soap opera?
Believe me or not, I'm landing in Hawaii in a few hours. And once I get there, you can stop pretending. You've played the part. Now it's my turn. I'll be taking it from here.
You know, maybe instead of becoming a writer, you should just be committed to the nearest mental institution.
Aw, that's adorable. You still don't believe this is real. But like I said, I already made my choice. So go ahead and enjoy your last quiet night as his wife. Because starting tomorrow, you won't even be his side girl anymore.
Who the hell are you?
Huh? You know who I am. I'm your sister. What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
This is Dan. I'm Leah's husband. I'm the one you claim to have been messaging. So let's go ahead and clear something up right now.
Oh my god, finally! I was starting to think you were just gonna keep pretending. Dan, come on. Can we not do this little I don't know who you are bit? You've literally been texting me nonstop for weeks.
Need you to stop right there. I don't know what kind of story you've built up in your head, but I'm telling you this as clearly and directly as I can. We have never spoken before today. Not once! I've never sent you a message, I've never called you, and I've never given you my contact information.
What? Seriously? You're really gonna go with that? Dan, it's me. It's Cindy. We've been talking all the time. You told me you weren't happy with Leah. You said you felt trapped, and I was the one who made you feel free. You promised you'd bring me to Hawaii.
No, I did not promise you anything. I don't even know who you are beyond what Leah has told me. I didn't send you a ticket. I didn't tell you I was waiting. And I absolutely did not say anything about feeling trapped or wanting out of my marriage, because that's just not true.
Then how do you explain all the messages? The ones where you called me honey cakes and said I understood you better than anyone. You don't just forget that kind of connection.
Cindy, listen to me. I have never called anyone honey cakes in my life, and I sure as hell didn't send those messages. My phone died on the first day of our honeymoon. I dropped it in the ocean while running along the beach, and it sank. When I pulled it out, it was already done. No power, no data, nothing.
No, that doesn't make sense. We were still talking after that. You said you were counting down the days until I arrived. You said you couldn't wait to see me.
Then whoever said those things was not me. I literally couldn't have messaged anyone. It's not just my phone dying either. Leah's been with me every single day. There's been no secret texting, no late-night confessions. Whoever you were talking to, it wasn't me. And honestly, the way you're clinging to this fake connection, it's concerning.
Okay, seriously, just stop. You don't have to keep up this whole innocent act for her. You don't have to pretend anymore. You and I, we had something. You can't just erase that.
There is nothing to erase. There was never anything there. I never reached out to you. I never invited you into my life, and I never asked for this conversation. So let me say this as clearly as I can. I want you to stop contacting Leah. I want you to stop involving yourself in our marriage. Whatever fantasy you've been entertaining, it ends here.
Wow, so that's it? You're just gonna throw me away like I'm crazy?
I'm not calling you anything, but I will say this. I'm a lawyer, and if this continues, if you keep pushing, if you show up here, if you message either of us again, I will not hesitate to take legal action. This isn't a game to me, so I suggest you think very carefully before sending another word.
Okay, I think that should just about cover things, doesn't it? So now that we officially have nothing left to talk about, I'll be once again blocking your number. Any further attempts to contact me or my husband will result in immediate legal action. Have a nice life, or don't.
Leah, wait! You can't just leave me like this!
Yes I can.
No, you can't! Don't you get how insane this is?
That you're still talking to me despite multiple legal threats? Yeah, that is pretty insane.
That's not what I'm talking about! I mean, I genuinely thought I was talking to your husband, Dan, all this time! But now that I know it wasn't him, who in the world was it?
Oh, that. This is actually pretty hilarious, so I don't mind explaining it to you. You've been talking to your ex-husband and my ex-fiancé, Keith.
What? Keith? That was him? But I don't get it! Why?
Why do you think? When you broke up with Keith, you pushed your child onto him too, didn't you? I understood that you not only didn't fight for custody of your kid, you actively demanded that Keith take him off your hands.
Well, yeah, but I already told you, being a mom was way less fun than it sounded. I would have been fine throwing that thing into foster care, but Keith was so determined not to do that, so I was like, fine, you take him. And that has nothing to do with you, by the way.
Yeah, I know. The personal issues between my ex-fiancé and my ex-sister are of no personal importance to me. I'm just explaining that this happened because you skipped town and haven't been paying your court-mandated child support payments to him. You're a deadbeat mom.
What? Is that really what it was all about?
Yep. He was apparently trying to track you down for quite some time and had given up at one point when all of a sudden a notification came across his screen. It was you talking to him and calling him Dan. So, he knew right away that you had accidentally texted him instead of this other guy, but rather than tell you right away, he decided to run with it. He didn't know who this Dan was, but he figured that if it would help him track you down, he'd become Dan for you. It wasn't until later when he realized that I was married to a man named Dan that he put two and two together and realized what was really going on. I don't blame him for not getting it right away. Taking care of a newborn by yourself when your wife's a total flake must do a number on the brain.
Oh my god, he tricked me! Man, this sucks! I was having so much fun talking to him, stealing your husband. But it was just my ex? Ugh.
You were pretty easy to trick, too. I know you got a new phone, but you seriously didn't realize you were calling your ex-husband's number? Anyway, that brings us to where we are now. Now, Cindy, here's a question for you. Why do you think you're in an airport?
Huh? Now that you mention it, that is kinda weird. Like I thought he was actually inviting me to come to Hawaii with him. Why would he get me this ticket if this was all just an act?
I already told you. He wanted to find you.
Wait.
Looks like you're starting to catch on. He knew that the only way he would be able to get his hands on you and force you to pay what you owed him was to get you locked down where he could find you. And now he has you right where he wants you.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta run and hide. This can't be happening. I thought there was no way he'd ever find me again.
Don't bother. He just sent me a message a little while ago. He's already in the airport, so you'll be hearing from him very, very soon. As for what he's going to do with you, well, let's just say it's not going to be fun. Good luck, Cindy.
Things finally settled down on my end. I still can't believe we actually pulled it off, but yeah, Cindy's been officially handled.
Thank God. Maybe now I can get a moment's peace without my sister texting me out of the blue about stealing my husband.
Oh yeah, she won't be bothering you anymore. Right after we grabbed her, I took her straight to that factory her parents run. They were waiting. Not thrilled, but ready. She's gonna be living there, working full-time, under supervision. They'll deduct child support from her paycheck and send it right to me.
Wow, excellent. Sounds like everything worked out for everyone in the end. Everyone except Cindy, that is.
That's right. No more running, no more excuses.
Well, I've got to hand it to you. All that effort pretending to be my husband actually paid off. Twisted as it was, you pulled it off.
Yeah, about that. I really am sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have suspected something right away when she started telling me, as Dan, that she'd be better for me than Leah. But I mean, there were plenty of Leahs in the world, I guess. I never expected this would blow up your honeymoon. I'm really sorry for that. And could you pass my apologies on to Dan, too?
Sure, I'll let him know. Honestly, he didn't seem all that upset. Probably because he was more focused on making sure I didn't lose my mind.
If Cindy ever tries anything again, or if she breaks the agreement somehow, would Dan be willing to help out again? You know, like, legally?
He already said he would, but let's hope it never gets to that point again.
Yeah, that'd be best. I don't ever want to drag you two into this again.
Then just focus on your kid. That's the only thing that matters now.
I will. I'm gonna do everything I can to become someone he can actually be proud of. Being a single dad isn't gonna be easy, but I'm not backing down.
I'm glad to hear that. Best of luck to you and your son, Keith. From what I've heard, Cindy's still working full-time at that live-in factory. Apparently, she's been putting in real effort, showing up every day, doing the work. There have been a few escape attempts here and there, of course, but with security cameras all over the place, she never makes it far. They always catch her on tape and bring her straight back. As for Keith, he's been holding it down as a single dad. Balancing his job and raising a kid isn't easy, but he's been giving it everything he's got. People still give him a hard time sometimes, especially those who remember our breakup, but little by little, they're starting to come around. The way he stepped up as a father is starting to change how people see him, and honestly, he's earning it.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.